let's go straight into it. So I want to say that this is a video to show how so-called black people are genetically and biologically different from every other race on the planet. So let's hop straight into this shit. Let's get into it. So humans with animal DNA. I urge everybody to look this up. Everybody, regardless of what your genetic makeup is, look this shit up. Humans with animal DNA. You'll never see a black person right here because they're not talking about us. You got to understand universal law. They can't just sit here and tell. They can't just say, oh, they can't put that shit at their ass no more and say that black people are monkeys. We got animal DNA. We the same as every. Nah, that shit over with. That shit's dead. So boom, fruit fly, yeast, plant, chimpanzee 98%. That fluctuates 97 to, probably 96. I'd say 96% to about like 99% chimp DNA because they're not the same amongst themselves. I'll get into that probably in another video, maybe this video, I'm not sure. But you got mouse right here, and this is not even all the animals up in that shit, you feel me? But this is just an example. So boom, they share DNA with different animals. This is why they look like this. Look at the hair, it falls down like an animal's hair. Our hair grows up towards the sun. It's electrified, you feel what I'm saying? Or we are living beings. You feel what I'm saying? Their shit, it falls down as if it was dead. You ever see a plant fall when it's that's that. And then you got the blue eyes. That's veins. That's the color of their veins, bro. That's, you feel what I'm saying? Like that's their eye color. It has no life in it. You feel what I'm saying? But let's move forward. I got some videos for everybody. The black woman is God. He's gonna break it. Matter of fact, enough talking. Let him talk.
But we interpret it different due to our brain structure and our genetic format. So when I say I believe in God, I believe that there's octaves of thought. And the highest level of thought, or in this case, our subconscious mind, is the creator. But we don't access that. Yeah, we don't access that on the same level because we have different genetic makeups. So
boom, because we have different genetic makeups, we don't access different levels. We access different levels of consciousness differently, but it's all still interconnected with each other. You feel what I'm saying? Because we are the first creation, since we are the most natural, we are the ones who created and seeded everything on this planet. This is why we have access to the highest level of consciousness. You feel what I'm saying? We're not gonna have the same access as a bird. We're not gonna have the same access as an ant. You feel what I'm saying? We have the highest level of consciousness when it comes to what we can access. But let me continue though.
Who did those studies you told me about earlier? Who did the studies?
Which studies?
About white people being, that blacks, anyone, non-blacks are not humans. Who
type in on the fastest way you can pull it up right now. Go to Google and just.
I don't need the rest of this video actually, but if y'all want to go watch it, The Black Woman is God, The Nation of Islam with Young Pharaoh, y'all go watch that video. It's a great video. Which one do I need next? Is it this one? Now we're gonna get to that later. Boom. Nice.
Association for the Advancement of Science. The American Association for the Advancement of Science. Now this organization is composed of people who study about DNA and the genome. And you've been reading about the DNA and the genomes. Well, this group of scientists came upon an idea by accident at first that different groups of people had different numbers of DNA series.
I'm gonna need y'all to really listen up right here. Listen to what he's about to say. We have different numbers of DNA series. Watch this.
Explain that. Now, a DNA series means that when your DNA is located, and say they get a hair from your head and you subject it to certain tests, they say, well, this is the DNA of Minister Brown, and yours is different from everybody else in the world, all right? Then they found further that not only are their DNA series different, but the number of DNAs in there are different in different groups. Whites have a different number of DNA, and blacks have a different number of DNA series. Apes have a different number of DNA series. Then they found this amazing thing, that the greater the number of DNA series, the smarter the person, the group is.
Let me play that back for you. I don't think y'all really heard him. Let me play that back one more time.
By accident, and at first, that different groups of people had different numbers of DNA series.
Explain that.
Now, a DNA series means that when your DNA is located, and say they get a hair from your head and they subject it to certain tests, they say, well, this is the DNA of Minister Brown, and yours is different from everybody else's in the world, all right? Then they found further that not only are their DNA series different, but the number of DNAs in there are different in different groups. Whites have a different number of DNA, and blacks have a different number of DNA series.
Listen up.
Apes have a different number of DNA series. Then they found this amazing thing, that the greater the number of DNA series, the smarter the person, the group is. The great.
So let me go ahead and talk about that a little bit. So the more DNA series you have, the smarter the group of people are. So why do you think they gotta drug you up with the food? Why do you think they have you on a diet that's not your diet? You feel what I'm saying? Why do you think they give you poison chemicals inside of their food all the time? You got motherfuckers going to Africa giving their ass candy, sugar. You feel what I'm saying? Why do they feel the need to do that shit? And you gotta understand, it's to keep us dumb. You feel what I'm saying? They have to keep us dumb. They have to keep us docile. This is what they're doing. They do not want you to reach your full potential. But let them continue though.
The probability of genius within that group. So they tested the orangutans, these 15 geneticists from around the world. Now, these geneticists came from 9 different universities.
9, you're going to hear that a lot. Let's go.
And we have here on the cover of the pamphlet they put out the names of these geneticists. And you can see them right there, right beneath the title of this pamphlet. Now, this pamphlet, most people have no idea what it means. But breaking it down, and after you study it and have it explained to you by a geneticist, a trained geneticist, you will find that they're talking about DNA series. Now, here are the names of these 15 geneticists from around the world: University of Japan, University of China. Yale University is the headquarters of this organization called the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And you see it down there. Now, this was copyrighted in 1996. All right. What it said is this, and this is the mind-blowing part. It said that when they tested the orangutan, they found out he only had 3 DNA series. When they tested the gorilla, they found that the gorilla has 4 DNA series. He's a little smarter than the orangutan. They tested the chimpanzee, which is an ape, and found that he had 5 DNA series. Then they went all into
Listen up to this right here.
races of the world. They went into Europe and tested the DNA series of the English, the French, the German, the Spanish, the Russians, and found they had 6 DNA series.
No matter what part these people from, no matter if they say, I'm Russian, oh, I'm Britain, I'm French, it don't matter where the fuck you from. Y'all all Genetically the same, okay? Y'all are all the same.
Then they put all of this, what they found from around the world, on a map. And this map really is called the intelligence map of the world, because they tested 116 different human groups and found their DNA series numbers. All of them, all over the world, have 6. And they put...
Do you hear that? So it doesn't matter what anybody says. They try to separate themselves, because of language and geographical locations on the planet, or where they live. No, they're all the same except for us. We are not the same as these people. Listen up.
put the numbers in form of a little flag that you can see on this map. These little flags have a color. And they show, oh, this is upside down. I'm sorry. Yeah. And they show that the English have only 6, and all into Europe, only 6. Went over into Japan and China, and they only have 6. Over into America, which is predominantly European, and they only...
See the difference between the Asian and the European people, because we got to understand Arabs and Caucasians, Arabs and so-called white people, they are genetically the same. They were spliced with the same monkey, but when it comes to Asian people, they were not spliced with the same monkey. That's why they look a little bit different.
They have 6. Then they came to Africa, and they came to the part of Africa. Now, all the rest of them, they put in little flag colors. Those flag colors are orange, red, if you notice. But when they came to Africa, found out that the African people have 9.
9. Ain't that funny? We 9 ether beings with our hair spirals in the 9, hurricanes are in the 9, the universe is in the 9. If you know about the Fibonacci sequence, you know. If you know, you know. You feel what I'm saying? But how come everything is in the 9, and when it comes down to our DNA series, it's in the motherfucking 9? Come on, listen up.
9 DNA series, from here just below the Shanghai Empire down to the foot of Africa. All those 10 nations, of which African Americans descended from one of them. We have 9 DNA series, the greatest possibility of genius in our group. Now it's answered this age-old question. How can a people survive being told they're nothing for 400 years, never allowed to learn that they came from beautiful cities, and told they came from a jungle? How could a people survive? How can a people become champions in everything they touch?
Because we the gods and goddesses.
Because they have 9
gods and goddesses of this
DNA
land. I don't even want to use
while
God
the
no more,
rest
because
of the
God
world
backward is dog. We
has
the
only
divine people of this
6.
land. We the originals.
This is why they copyrighted this. And you'll notice on the outside of this, now this map is taken, I took this map right from this page here. And I blew it up so that the world could see it. Even though this is copyrighted, I can't let you have this book because it's copyrighted.
Can you give us the title of the book?
The title of the book is called Global Patterns of Linkage, Disequilibrium at the CD4 Locus and Modern Human Origins. Global Patterns of Linkage, Disequilibrium at the CD4 Locus and Modern Human Origins. Now, you have to be a geneticist to even know what they're talking about. But when we broke it down and interviewed Dr. Kidd, the head, he's the chairman at Yale University. We broke it down into plain, everyday English so that the world would know that the African American is descended from those people who gave to the world the Great Pyramid, gave to the world science, gave to the world mathematics.
Come on.
A black man named Amos gave algebra to the world 3,700 years ago. It's in the world books, it's in the encyclopedias. They don't want our children to know this.
Man,
because then that would make the playing field level for white children.
Now I'm gonna be done with. If y'all want to go watch this video, I'm done with this video right now. But if y'all want to go watch this video, what makes black people different, or you can just look up 9 series DNA. It might pop up, but here's the title right here. If y'all want to go watch this, but what happens if we started to teach our children how powerful and how great they are? That we didn't have to be the rapper, that we didn't have to be the entertainer, that we didn't have to be the football or basketball player. We don't have to be that shit. We're destined for so much greater than just to entertain another species. Now let's go ahead and move on. So what do I need? This right here. Boom, right here. Come on.
90% human, 10% Neanderthal. Shit.
I want to give a big shout out to my brother Von 2 Cut. Shout out to you, my brother. For sure. Keep striving.
Like that just don't happen. So anyway, let me hear what he got to say. Okay.
Yeah, let's hear what he got to say.
Having seen a difference, which is to the experimenter's advantage, this is actually what I want to achieve because I can then perform.
Let's hear what he got to say.
Group. So racism is a perfect way to keep a group's genetically pure, so that they can look at what's going on with their experiments. But John can perhaps explain
So if I'm doing an experiment, for instance, with organisms, bacteria, and I want to do something, make a genetic change in them or whatever, very often we'll put in something called a reporter gene, which will then express and change the color of the growth of the colonies, etc., within this plate. Having seen a difference, which is to the experimenter's advantage, this is actually what I want to achieve because I can then perform my actions on that. I will then take that colony, for instance, and then split it up into different plates and take the other colonies as controls and then move them to different plates.
When he's talking about colonies, he's talking about what extraterrestrials created. Because they're talking about the existence of extraterrestrials because they're saying there's no natural occurrence that happens for melanated people to start looking like this. Okay,
Right.
They're Caucasians and they're saying this.
Now, if we
Moving
go
on.
back really to the
You can't go from this hair growing up towards the sun to this. That doesn't biologically make any sense at all. Like, and they got us because we don't like to read. So-called black people, we do not like to read, and we just want to go with the flow. No, we need to stop going with the flow. We need to go with our motherfucking flow. How did these motherfuckers get here?
out of Africa idea, I mean, partly the fact that the weather, it was a lush environment they were in. There wasn't really much incentive for people to go walking thousands of miles to do things. It's more likely given.
So he's pretty much saying, nigga, there was no reason at all to leave Africa. Nigga, why would you leave? Why would you leave a mansion to go stay in the damn projects? Why would you leave the heat to go stay in the cold ass mountains? That shit don't make sense. Nigga, if you lived in a lush ass environment right now, and nigga, it's food everywhere you go, why the fuck would you go into the fucking Himalayas mountains where it's cold every day and nigga, you gotta wear a coat all the goddamn time? Why would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? That's what he's saying.
Given this scenario, and what Nigel hypothesizes, is that really in the same way that I mess with...
And I want to add to that a little bit. They called us the children of the sun, the people of the sun. Why the fuck would we be called the children or the people of the sun and want to go to a cold ass climate? Does that... Wow. And they actually got us with this. Some of these motherfuckers out here actually believe that dumbass rhetoric. That is... No. Hell no.
With organisms on plates, that these guys were messing with us as a species, really looking for advantageous genetics. Not so much racism, as we said, these things are running according to a program. They only care about whether they can mess with our genes more efficiently. And it turns out that the molecule melanin actually, you know, when we mess with genetics and stuff, one of the ways in which we can do it is to use things like ultraviolet light to actually splice the genes in.
Listen up, because this is gonna explain how these motherfuckers are not us. This is gonna explain how we're completely different. All right, let's go.
The cells and actually alter the genetics, or to get things to, you know, things we've put in to actually take, so that we can almost microsurgically
They use light to splice and dice DNA. That's what he's talking about.
implant them in the cells. The thing is, if these cells have got a lot of melanin in them, it's a dark pigment, it tends to absorb that light and diffract it and turn it into vibrations, etc. And then the light just doesn't get where it's really supposed to go. And so really, in the discovery, perhaps even accidental, discovery of subspecies of us, if you like, or groups of us, which didn't express
Subspecies. Look up what a subspecies is. He's talking about himself. Look up a subspecies.
so much melanin, made it easier for them to get their genetic profiles into us. And therefore they then sort of sent the white people, if you like, or one group further north. You know, some became the Aboriginals of Australia, some.
So what he's saying is when he says subspecies, what he's saying is they took albino Africans, okay? They took albino melanated people.
Now, what he's saying, I don't necessarily fully agree with this, but y'all can listen. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I want you to have your own mind, and I have my own mind. I don't believe that they could even splice out albino, because I believe that their cells are still coated with neuromelanin, because they are still natural. They are still us. So, but y'all can go ahead and listen though.
Okay, albino Negroid people, because they don't have melanin shown in their skin, and then they splice the DNA, and then this is how you get all of the races today. Okay, just like with a wolf and a dog, a wolf didn't just decide, let me make a pit bull. No, a pit bull is here because of experimentation in the lab. Okay, same thing with an apple with no seed. Okay, the reason why you have fruits and shit with no seeds is because of genetic modification. The same way you have people with no melanin. You feel what I'm saying? Moving on.
Were left in Africa. And so there was this great movement of these different populations. And really then they concentrated on the ones which they had most access to.
So he pretty much saying they use these people that they created, as in Dravidians, Asians, and Caucasians, as control points. Okay? So we all getting
complete facts. And you need to start asking yourself, who in the fuck created these people, and why did they put them in certain control points? Because at one point at a time, we are native to all land masses, nigga. Anywhere the sun touches, so-called black people was there. So how is it now that you got motherfuckers in the land of the rising sun, by the way, aka fucking Japan? Why are these other species there? Where did they come from? Because at one point in time, we were there. But I'm gonna let him continue though.
Fucking finesse right now.
So it's not racism in a way.
Yeah, as I said, it's accepted that every person on the planet is basically directly descended from pretty much one Eve in Africa. Now, let's say that was a result, all of the variation that's currently on Earth, that was a result of intervention by the Greys, say, right? Would geneticists not have spotted that in the human genome? Would they not by now have gone,
hell
hey,
no, because they wasn't gonna tell nobody.
This group have been messed with because that genetic change couldn't
because
have happened
if Caucasians explain where they come from, then white supremacy won't last.
Would they not have spotted it?
A lot of geneticists think things happen randomly, but random changes can then add up, etc. In fact, a lot of statistics says that random variation, etc., is nearly impossible. And in fact,
pretty much he's saying random shit just don't happen. Niggas just don't leave Africa and turn white. That's pretty
complete fact. You don't leave, and we remember we wasn't just in Africa. That's the thing. We wasn't just in Africa. So you don't go to a colder climate, especially. Hell no. It's 5.6 to 5.8 billion of these other motherfuckers on the planet. They don't belong here. So where did 5.6 to 5.8 billion people come from, nigga. Like we didn't just leave Africa and these motherfuckers started mass producing. Hell, nah, that's not how that works. Let's stop the bullshit.
Pretty much what he's saying.
This has led the genetics crowd really into some really big problems trying to explain things like this. And so what they'll do is, yes, quite rightly, the mitochondrial DNA has fluctuated, and you can backtrack that fluctuation. But what else has happened in terms of other interventions to do with both the DNA and with the things that control what DNA does can actually happen an awful lot faster if deliberately put in there.
Right.
But there is a special. Do you want to explain?
Meaning the evolution theory. He just explained how the fuck these niggas went from a Neanderthal state, a monkey looking ass state, to how they look today. It happened faster because niggas was playing with genetics. Nigga was playing God on the planet.
The special about melanin and how it protects the cell, the DNA inside the nucleus. That's very important.
Part of the reason you can't do these experiments, you know, where there's a lot of melanin around. The melanin actually in a lot of people, in black people, it's actually spread out through the skin. It spreads out through the cells and covers everything. But
covers
even
everything.
in a lot of white people, the
Ain't no
melanin
openings
actually
on
will coat the nucleus of the cell.
Nah.
And therefore the DNA, your central DNA,
And I'm gonna get more until we don't even have a nucleus. We're prokaryotic cells. We don't have any eukaryotic cells. We're not none of that. But I'm gonna get into that either this video or maybe the next video.
in white people can be
hold on.
can be actually well protected.
Nah, cause if it was well protected, then you wouldn't be dying from skin cancer from the sun.
That's 100% fact. I'm done with this video. But if y'all had melanin, first of all, they probably do have melanin coating their cells, but it's pheomelanin, not neuromelanin, which we have neuromelanin. So they can't perform what you would call biosynthesis. They can't biosynthesize the sun. They can't do none of that shit. This is why they're dying. Matter of fact, let's get into it. Let me see which one. Boom, right here.
This is going to sound silly, but this is really, really important. Cutting edge genetics. One of the areas I'm really lucky I'm blessed to work in 3 distinct areas of biology: immunology, genetics, and reproduction. And on the genetic side, I get to go to conferences and hear about advances in genetics in all species. And I was just at one a couple of weeks ago down at the Cold Spring Harbor Lab in Long Island, and I learned a bit about what's being known about the genome of Neanderthals, the genetic makeup of Neanderthals. And that the genome sequencers, led by Svante Pabo, who works in Germany, has taken tiny little fragments of Neanderthal bones, isolated DNA, and determined the genome of the Neanderthal, and used that information to determine, using genetic methods, how long ago Neanderthals and humans were a single species, where the common ancestor was. And they've also been able to compare human genomes and ask the question of whether there's any evidence of Neanderthal genes in the human genome. And they found that there is. And the amount is quite significant, upwards of 5 to 7%. Neanderthals used to live in the Neander Valley. It's, you could have called it the Cayuga Lake Basin, but that's where they lived. And out of Africa came the modern humans, and the word the geneticist uses, admixed. They admixed with the Neanderthals. And they all used to live in caves in those days like this. Came out of Africa, admixed with the...
What would he say? They used to live in caves? Who that sound like? That sound like you talking about yourself, buddy. You were in caves. Let's stop the bullshit. Just be truthful.
Neanderthals. This was Neanderthal territory. There was another group of Neanderthal-like creatures called the Denisovans. They lived up here in Siberia, and they have their genome has been sequenced. They were distinct from the Neanderthals. And so you can find in people of European and Asian ancestry evidence of about 7%, 5 to 10% of your genome is common with that of Neanderthals. We've been separated from them for 30,000 years or so. And in some of the tribes in Papua New Guinea, and those islands out there, there's evidence for a different kind of genome, which is probably the Denisovan genome. And they might have 7% Neanderthal and 5% Denisovan. So they might be 12 or 15% different from us. And in fact, the Africans who came out from Africa have no evidence of any Neanderthal genes in them. No.
Play that back.
From Africa have no evidence of any Neanderthal genes in them. And in fact, the Africans who came out from Africa have no evidence of any Neanderthal genes in them. No.
Case closed. We're the only pure. First of all, we're not even human for one, but we don't have. We're not them. We're completely different. All right, should I go back to that? Boom. Ghost DNA. Ghost DNA in West Africans complicate story of human origins. Okay, so why is it complicated? Because boom, about 50,000 years ago, ancient humans in what is now West Africa apparently procreated with another group of ancient humans that scientists didn't know existed. How did you not know these motherfuckers existed? Let's see why. There aren't any bones or ancient DNA to prove it, but researchers say the evidence is in the genes of modern West Africans. If you know anything about West Africans, they claim that so-called African Americans are West Africans, right? They analyzed the genetic material from hundreds of people from Nigeria and Sierra Leone and found signals of what they call ghost DNA. It's only ghost DNA because they don't know where the fuck these motherfuckers are. They don't know where did they go in the water? Nigga, did they go outer space? They don't know where the fuck these niggas went. DNA from unknown ancestors. So boom. Nigga, we have a whole, the so-called black woman has a whole group of people in her DNA that she's been creating that they don't even know where the fuck these niggas are. Because if you know anything, remember in school we learned about the T-chart, nigga, your great-grandma, you get a little bit of information from your great-grandma, traits. Remember the traits chart. So you're getting traits from this species, and they don't even know that. Why you think they snatching up babies, nigga? Come on, let's stop the bullshit. But boom, ghost DNA. White people dying faster. Japanese people dying faster. Sterilization. Let's go to here.
Very significant.
Shout out to my brother. You already know I'm subscribed. Shout out to my brother Kalai. Let's go ahead and close the chat. Shout out to my brother Kalai, nigga. On God.
Again, and why they've chosen to push these here. We could have gone across the U.S. as well, down in Australia, but they didn't. Now, another thing about this CNN article, it's very confusing, and they did this on purpose. In the title,
listen, number one thing about this CNN article, and they did this on purpose. The number one thing about the Bible, the Quran, and all the other religious books is so fucking confusing because they did this shit on purpose.
Headline. It says the sun's experiencing a less active phase called a solar minimum. It's really a grand solar minimum, but it won't cause an ice age. Now, in our history books and throughout class, you know, when we're taught that we enter an ice age, that takes thousands of years.
Hold on for a second.
This is not for fear mongering. This is none of that shit, dude. I'm not fear mongering. I seen information and I want to spread information.
Okay. Did you just see this right here? No, I didn't even notice this. 450,000 years.
4 + 5 = 9. Come on now. You're gonna see this everywhere when you start to look into yourself and you start to look into your true history. You're gonna see the 9 everywhere. Like when was Earth created? What they say 4.5 billion years ago, some shit like that. That's the 9, nigga. Psh, come on, bro.
I told y'all this shit went on way longer. You don't understand who you truly are if you only think this shit went on for 400 years, people. You don't even understand. I told you, for over 400 years ago, Earth separated from the heavens. And this has been going on since then. This has been going on since then.
So people look at this and go, oh, it's nothing. We're never going to go into a full-blown ice age. Well, there's a mile of ice over Chicago or something.
Yes, it is.
But then in the very first paragraph, as they start into the article, they say little ice age. And then the next paragraph down, they say the solar minimum won't spark another ice age. And then you're confused in there. So if you see little ice age, you'll just think they meant ice age. So you, as the regular populace, will go, oh, ice age, little ice age, they equal the same thing. So we're not going to have anything happen with our society based.
So the land that's going to be covered in ice is the north. Anywhere that these people are, this is how they are going. They're going to have to survive with each other. They're going to have to be amongst each other. We're going to be completely separated. This has nothing to do with the so-called black people. Unless you want to go over there and live with the motherfuckers, you do you, my boy. You go do you, for sure. But this has nothing to do with the majority and the collective of so-called black people. This is not for us. This is for all other races. Y'all are going back under ice. Simple.
Based on this. Clever in the narrative, the way the word switch came, but also verified and reinforced something that takes a multi-thousand-year cycle according to controlled geology. And then NASA, with its own tweet here, right on top of that same article, verifying the sun does go through regular cycles of high and low activity, but here's the kicker. The sun doesn't have a major effect on Earth's climate.
Really?
Because
That's
if they
a
were
lie.
to tell you this, that a grand solar minimum causes extreme shifts in our climate, you might say, hey, maybe it wasn't CO2.
Oh.
Maybe it was the sun after all. Maybe we should start asking more questions.
Hold on, my people. This is not what I wanted to show you. Give me 1 second here. I wanted to show you that, but give me 1 more second. Hold on. I got it.
That's what I wanted to show y'all. So, yeah, so-called other races, Asian, white, Arab man, and any descendants that came off y'all are going back under ice. Y'all are gonna be forced to be going. Y'all gonna be forced to go back to the north because it's gonna be so goddamn hot. Where so-called black people are, that you won't be able to live amongst us anymore. You're gonna have to go back to where you're gonna have to go back into the caves, or you're gonna have to go to the north. It's up to y'all. Simple as that. So we already went over ghost DNA. Make sure I got everything. What makes black people black? Oh, already went over that. Did I go? Boom. Let's hit this.
I now when I listen to this, I told y'all, feel first. When I felt this shit, I said, oh my fucking gosh, I got to share this with my people because this is what's getting ready to take place.
Now, messages from the Phoenix Journals have told us that the photon belt is associated with the 3 days of darkness and or light. That this is a band of gamma radiation that our solar system goes through twice every 26,000 years.
Now, 26,000 years is what they say. That's not true, my people. It's longer than that. This is the major reset on this planet.
So representing 11,000 years of day and night, 2,000 years of light. And then
2,000 years of light. We don't need nighttime. Because remember, we are sun people. Why the fuck would sun people need a nighttime? That is so other organisms that are not natural to the planet have a chance of living. This is not for us. This was so that the complex cell organism would be able to live amongst us. We are going back to those years of light.
if passing out, it would be 11,000 years of day and night again. So all of this adds up to 26,000 years. Now, there's some great information from Louis Prada regarding the null time.
And I want to just add, for the years of light, a lot of our brothers and sisters, so-called black people, a lot of y'all motherfuckers, if y'all do not change your diet, start eating alkaline, stop eating meat, stop eating and drinking dairy product, stop eating artificial foods that form you, stop eating that shit, bro. It's not good for you. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables raw. And I'm not saying you gotta go raw vegan, but give your body some time to, You know, give your body a fucking break from cooked food time to time, but stop eating the meat, stop eating the dairy, stop drinking the milk, my nigga. Stop doing all that shit. Stop eating the cheese. Stop eating Debbie cakes, nigga. Stop eating Doritos. Stop eating artificial foods and eat whole natural foods. You should be eating plant-based. If you're so-called black, you should be eating plant-based. Stop eating the bullshit, or you will suffer consequences when that motherfucking sun comes. You seeing it right now.
Which is a period where a planet enters either 3 to 5 days of darkness or light. Now, we've already been told it's 3 days of darkness. So let's just go with that right now. Right here, reading this, it says, if the sun reaches the belt first, there will be a similar period of immediate and total darkness without the sun rising. All molecules will become excited and...
Listen to... Yo, I gotta rewind. I'm gonna rewind this. Go search out what UVC radiation does, and then listen to what they're stating right here. Now, this is...
I'm gonna tell you what UVC radiation does. It's a germ killer, a detoxifier, and a mutating wavelength. And it's reacting with your cells. We're getting ionized particles from the sun, and it's interacting with your DNA. You're changing, so-called black people. That's why you start to see your skin looks like it's crystallizing. You feel what I'm saying? You starting to see sparkles on your skin. You're starting to feel lighter. You're not eating as much anymore because you're changing. Let's go.
Supposed to be pseudoscience. This shit ain't supposed to be happening. But this shit is happening. I'm gonna rewind it real quick, and I want you to listen to this very clearly, and I want you to hear it, and then go look and see what the fucking sun is doing.
First, there will be a similar period of immediate and total darkness without the sun rising. All molecules will become excited, and atomic structures will change at this point in time.
Atomic structure, your anatomy, all of this is going to
like I just stated, you're changing
instantaneously, instant-fucking-taneously.
And all life forms will have a certain luminescence about them, creating their own light system.
Remember what I was saying? You're the children of the sun. Melanin is condensed sunlight. So why do you give off a glow? Look up what neuromelanin is considered the soul. And if you know anything about the soul, you understand that the soul is light. SOL means the sun. If you look up the etymology, it means the sun. And you are the soul. Neuromelanin is the soul.
Hold up.
Of course you're going to be glowing. Come on.
See, this is why they called you God. You understand? This is why they called you, this is why they fucking the golden race, people. You are the highest prestige in the universe. This was a test for us. When that sun go into darkness, this is why they trying to speed up, get you fucking vaccinated, get them chips inside of you.
And I'm gonna probably pull up something later about the vaccine. They saying it's a quademic now with COVID mixed with COVID mixed with the flu, mixed with RSV, I believe, and then mixed with some neuro something. They're trying to put, and they said it's happening because a lot of people didn't get vaccinated. Do not go getting. See, let me not even say I'm not no doctor. I'm not gonna tell anybody what to do, but me personally, I am not putting nothing foreign in my body beside I'm putting what the earth provides in my body. Let's say that. I'm not putting anything man-made inside of my vessel. Hey, and I'd urge y'all to do some motherfucking research. That's all I would say. I'd urge y'all to do some research. Understand what these shots do to you, and go on from there.
When that sun go through there, everything is going to, the sun is going to go dark, the moon is going to explode, all of that shit. Your body is going to activate. Now, some of us are going to activate, and some of us is going to deactivate. That's just all.
Let me play that back one more time. Some of us going to what?
Darkness. This is why they trying to speed up, get you fucking vaccinated, get them chips inside of you. When that sun go through there, everything is going to, the sun is going to go dark, the moon is going to explode, all of that shit. Your body is going to activate. Now, some of us are going to activate, and some of us is going to deactivate.
That's why I'm telling you to eat plant-based. Stop putting artificial shit, because if your body, if you know anything about what you eat, is it feeds your cells. So if you're feeding your body bullshit, you're feeding your cells bullshit. Therefore, you cannot undergo this change that he is talking about. You cannot so-called upgrade, which we're just going back. We're going back to who we naturally truly are. We're going back to what we are truly are, and that is the motherfucking sun. You feel what I'm saying? So some of us, like he said, some of us are gonna be in this vessel when this shit takes place, but some of us we gonna have to lose this motherfucker because we've been feeding ourselves bullshit.
Just all this fucking gonna happen. And if you don't prepare yourself now, remembering the ancient ways is changing how you discipline your vessel for greatness. Hold on, let me rewind this again. One more again.
It says, if the sun reaches the belt first, there will be a similar period of immediate and total darkness without the sun rising. All molecules will become excited and atomic structures will change at this point in time, and all life forms will have a certain luminescence about them, creating their own light system.
So now listen, go look
Like
at
I said,
Avatar.
you're the
Jake
sun.
gonna light a fucking fire when it got nighttime. There is no dark. I keep telling y'all, you really don't understand. This night and day is fake. This is not natural to you. This is not natural at all. This is not you.
Literally what I just said. We don't need night and day. We don't need that shit. Because like I said, if you are the sun, not saying we don't need the sun because we absorb the sun, we're getting the sun's energy while there is a night and day. But remember, like I said, melanin is condensed sunlight. When you're no longer condensing your backlight, you feel what I'm saying? You don't necessarily need that shit.
You give your own fucking light. The stars shine for you at night and you shine for them during the day.
Come on.
You don't get this. This is too bright for you. Too bright. Yo, this shit is amazing. It's amazing.
Signs of the photon belt are said to be strange lighting effects or colors in the sky.
Now, do y'all see
strange colors in the sky? Like, he finna say the same thing, I'm pretty sure. But nigga, we seeing colors in the sky right now, bro. We seeing UFOs, nigga. We're seeing the Aureolar Borealis. My fault. I'm not fuck English, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Well, you know what I'm talking about. But y'all seeing that shit in parts of the world that have never seen that shit before. Why is that? Come on, let's stop the bullshit, bro. This shit is over.
colors in the sky? How many colors do the sun give off? And how many colors do the moon give off? Huh? You see colors around the sky? Huh?
Read from right here.
Watch this.
When you enter the...
My fault. A lot of people are actually seeing so-called meteors. Those aren't meteors. You're seeing shit fall from the sky now. I want y'all to really listen to that because I'm seeing green objects fall from the motherfucking sky. Like green lights falling from the sky. My cousin has seen it. I have seen it. Come on.
photon belt, a normal healthy person is expected to feel a jolt, similar to putting your finger in a live light socket.
You're going to feel a jolt. Now, the Queen Sister Royal was speaking about this on our live. You're going to feel a jolt like electric socket when you go to put, you're like, damn, that is what's going to happen to you. That, yeah. And you're going to change, either you're going to and fucking pass out and die, or you're going to, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? And then you're going, your whole body, you're going to be looking around just like this at your whole motherfucking body. Military going to be like, oh, boop, 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 boop. And you're going to be like, oh shit. But you know what, Kala? I'm crazy. I'm in a whole other world.
It's a true shock. This is like going through a light wave, and some bodies cannot stand it. The transformation, however, will be complete. You will, in that period of time, have changed from a corporeal person to an atmospherian person. And if you can make it, you'll be changed to immortality. And here comes the important concept. Without the separation from death, and it will happen in the twinkling of an eye.
Bing!
Your theologians have written at great depth on Bible characters, and they assert that they have.
Hold on, I gotta read this back. I gotta rewind this back. Your theologians has been written in Bible characters. And Bible characters. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, he died on the cross for who sinned? Theirs. Hold on, let me pull this up real fast. I gotta pull other shit up just to touch y'all real fast. Huh? This is what's gonna happen. This is gonna happen as shit start flipping. Hold on. Whoa. Where we at? Where we at? We never worshiped the sun. We understood what the power of the sun was. Let me pull.
Boom. They have their hands like downward, showing the palm of their hands because you absorb most of the radiation through the white part of your hands. You absorb it and you convert that shit into chemical energy, my nigga. Simple.
Pull this up here. We never
Shout out to Illuminati.
Worship the sun, huh? We knew the power of the sun. We knew we was multi-dimensional beings, man. We knew we was to travel from the first dimension to the ninth dimension, huh? What you do when somebody great? Let me just be real with y'all. Just be real. Ask yourselves, huh? How many motherfuckers got mad because Mike Tyson was winning all?
I think I'm done with that. So we already went over ghost DNA. Boom, let's get into the complex cell organism. So the complex cell organism known as the so-called white man, white woman, more white deaths than births in the United States. So statistics show more white deaths than births in the United States. Why is that? If you're so-called natural to the planet, how are you having complications with having children? That doesn't make any sense to me, right? So-called black people, we ain't having no goddamn complication. See, we die faster than these niggas die. But that we create that motherfucker straight back. We create children just like that. Boom. How many of y'all got that motherfucking family member in your family? Motherfucker got 8 kids. Quit the bullshit. We ain't have no complications. These motherfuckers are having complications. And it's not just them. You go to look, the Japanese people, Japan had more than twice as many deaths as births. This isn't just a white person thing, nigga. Stop thinking that. No, nigga, so-called black people, you're different from everybody on the motherfucking planet. These niggas they're being stripped from that right that gave them the right to procreate. And when you look up sterilization, they're being sterilized, my nigga. That's all it is. They're being sterilized. And what does sterilized mean? Of a person, so a person or animal deprived of the ability to produce offspring. Typically by removing or blocking the sex organs. The sun is blocking their sex organs. It's sterilizing them. They're not able to have children anymore. And you're going to see this is going to keep getting worse. This has been happening for how long? It has not. It's been happening since 2017. You seen it said 20. Look, boom. I ain't lying. Compared to 2016, my nigga. So this just started happening around 2016 when. I want to say 2017 when you see that the motherfucking the world eclipse that happened in 2017. This was a 7-year tribulation from them, and the 7-year tribulation ended on 2020 motherfucking 4, baby. You feel what I'm saying? We're in the year of the 9. We not in the year of the 9 yet because we all know that the real actual New Year's is in March. But after March, this summer right here, this summer solstice, oh my gosh. Y'all better watch out. But it's not just happening to so-called white men. I just want to let y'all niggas know that. Boom. Let's get into Moloch. This nigga right here. This is their creator. Animalistic features. Big, tall as fuck. This is the king. This is big boy right here. This is the big. He the big mother. They making statues. Look at this. They making statues of this nigga. This is their creator. This is who. This is so-called God, Yahweh, Allah. This is him. This is him right here. This the big boy right here. And guess what? This is us right here. This ain't so-called black people. We know this, but this is us giving our motherfucking children over to him because we lack motherfucking knowledge of self. We don't know who we are, so we're giving our fucking children. Every 30 seconds, a motherfucking baby is snatched up, my nigga. One of our babies is snatched up every fucking 30 seconds. We're giving our children over to him. With motherfucking open arms. Look, we dancing for the nigga. We literally dance. Nigga, we are entertaining. Oh my gosh, bro. We're entertaining the nigga while he's snatching the fuck out of our children. Because we want money. We want to gain the world. We want all this dumbass, materialistic, earthly shit. When, nigga, we're from the motherfucking cosmos. Let's quit the bullshit. This is also him as well. Inky, again, animalistic features. He has wings. He's taking your motherfucking pineal gland right here. The pine cone represents the pineal gland. He's snatching your shit. Give me your consciousness, nigga. Give me your consciousness, nigga. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Now, boom, let's go into Zechariah Ascension. If anybody who's really, into the, knows a little bit of something, you probably heard of Zechariah Ascension. According to Ascension, Enki, the Sumerian god of water and human culture, suggests that to relieve the Anunnaki, so they had to relieve these mothers, you feel what I'm saying? Relieve the Anunnaki who had, mutined, I'm not sure what the fuck that says, but shit, one of y'all niggas can correct me. Mutined over their dissatisfaction with their working conditions that primitive workers, aka Homo sapiens, the white man, Asian man, and Arab man, be created by genetic engineering as slaves to replace them in the gold mines. So these niggas ain't want to work no more. This is the story. This what they say. This is what they say. But this is really all about so-called black people, because these niggas, Mr. Inky, Enlil, Yahweh, whatever the fuck you want to call this nigga, he want to be us, and he can't motherfucking be us. It's that motherfucking simple. Let me put it dark. He want to be us. The motherfucker can't be us. Look, Planet Negro. These niggas ain't from Planet. Nigga, no. Hell no, nigga. Hell no, nigga. But you gotta understand, we created Inky. He envies us. We created him to envy us. So boom, let's get into gene editing. Boom. CRISPR-Cas9, a revolutionary gene editing technology that can be used to modify or correct precise regions of our DNA they say to treat diseases. No, nigga, they want to get rid of that motherfucking animal DNA. That's what they want to do. They want to rid themselves of animal DNA. You can't do that, nigga. And this is how these people were created, through gene editing, because they spliced the cell of the eukaryotic cell and they added information so that they can look how they motherfucking look today. You feel what I'm saying? It's simple as that. They did this shit so they can look how they look today. These people are not natural. They're walking amongst you. They're teaching your children. Some of us are even laying down with some of these motherfuckers. And these niggas are not natural. Let me go back to here. Humans with animal DNA. This is what you're laying down with. A chimpanzee, a mouse, a fruit fly, yeast, plants. And it goes on to cows, nigga. It goes on to pigs, cats, fucking, what else? A zebrafish, and so forth. They share a lot of information with different animals, and it varies, like the percentages vary, but amongst most of them. And if you know anything, we're not supposed to be laying down with these niggas. Why do you think a black woman has to get a ROGAM shot in order to actually have one of these motherfuckers' child? Because naturally your lymphatic system, or what they call the immune system, will act as a defensive system and fucking eliminate the child, and you can't have a child. Nigga, you need a ROGAM shot. That's tough. And I'm starting to think that they actually give us this through vaccines when we're a child. I'm starting to think that's why motherfuckers, when they grow up, they not having to, get ROGAM. So I think they're doing that shit when the baby's first born. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not no scientist. I'm not a medical professional. But I know that these motherfuckers don't belong here. So where else was we at? We was at gene editing. Electroporation. Okay, boom. So electroporation is a popular technique to introduce foreign DNA to the host cells. Go back to CRISPR-Cas9. What are they doing? They're using gene editing technology that can, and this goes back to this video. Hold up, which video was it? Boom, right here, when he said that you cannot splice the cell of so-called black people because melanin absorbs it. Hold up. What is melanin? Melanin absorbs UV rays, so when it comes back, when we go back to electroporation or gene editing, you cannot edit or splice our cells because melanin is going to eat the motherfucking UV light. So therefore, that's how we know we was not created. We was not created by the same motherfuckers that created them. We know this for a fact. So boom. Do you need UV light to splice cells? Gene editing takes place only, let me read that again. Gene editing takes place only when researchers shine ultraviolet light on the target cells. So you cannot do this with us. Therefore, they would have been gave us animal DNA if they could splice our cells. Do you not understand that? The most that they ever got us with is antigens. We have antigens on the outside of our motherfucking cells that are antigens or just animal DNA, but it's on the outside of our cells, and we can actually get rid of that if we eat holistic. Like I said, go plant-based. Stop eating animals. You're eating the same animals that these motherfuckers are spliced with: cows, pigs, chicken. That's all in these motherfuckers' DNA. Fish. That's all in these motherfucking DNA. We have antigens on our motherfucking blood, which I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna definitely get into that probably the next motherfucking video. I'm gonna definitely get into deep on antigens and shit like that. But no, we don't have animal DNA. Simple as that. But you need UV light, as it clearly states. Let me read it one more time for niggas who don't know how to fucking listen. Gene editing takes place only when researchers shine ultraviolet light on the target cells, nigga. You cannot do that to us. Again, you can't do that to us. So boom, like I said, melanin absorbs the dangerous UV rays that can do serious skin damage. So boom, we absorb that shit, bro. We absorb that shit. Now we got 2 more videos. Wait, do I need this? I don't think I need that video. I think that's everything, but okay, that's everything. Okay, that's everything. Pretty sure that's everything. Time faster. I'm just making sure we done went through every motherfucking thing. Oh yeah, if let me just throw in this little fact: melanin absorbs sound. So boom, when you're listening to these shitty ass frequency music talking about killing motherfuckers, shaking ass, fucking nothing positive when it comes to so-called black people, you're absorbing that shit through motherfucking melanin, because like it says right here, melanin is the best sound absorbing material. And for the motherfuckers who don't know, let's just look up what is, or let's say, is sound vibration. Sound is all about vibration. So when you saying, oh nigga, I'm on a different vibration, yeah nigga, you are on a different vibration when you listening to that weak ass music, because you're absorbing it. Let's go back to that. Does melanin absorb sound? Melanin is the best sound absorbing, or I'm gonna read it how I need to read it. Melanin is the best vibration absorbing material known due to its strong electron phonon coupling, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So let's stop the bullshit. Melanin can absorb. See, they try to say, they see how they only bring up how it can absorb UV rays. No, this shit absorbs more than just motherfucking UV rays. We absorb a lot, nigga. We absorb a lot. Melanin is multi-purposeful. Like, it's not just for one motherfucking thing. And remember, like I said, we have neuromelanin. We don't have pheomelanin. We don't have eumelanin. That's what the Dravidian Indians, the Dr. Shiva ass niggas have. We don't have that shit. We have neuromelanin. And neuromelanin is the best sound absorbing material, and it absorbs UV light. Let's stop the bullshit now. Do I want that? Electron. We just gonna get it because as you seen, it said electron. So hold up, we finna get into electron energy real quick. Electrical energy is energy related to forces on electrically charged particles. Electrically charged this is what you absorb, my nigga. We absorb melanin absorbs this shit. Simple as that. We absorb electronic energy. Simple as that. That's why these niggas want to make technology. If you look up they're using melanin used in technology. They're trying to use. They can use melanin for technology. That's what these motherfuckers. But nigga, you getting snatched up at a high rate. These niggas are using you for technology. These niggas using you. Oh my gosh, bruh. It gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. But I think that's everything. We didn't cover everything. I want to just give a. Okay. All right, so I just want to say, if you made it this far to the motherfucking video, I appreciate you. Abundant gratitude and whole love to all of y'all, truthfully. And keep striving to do researches. If y'all need, let me know in the comments if y'all need any books to read. I got plenty of books that y'all can read. Because I know when it comes to looking up shit on Google, I know they try to half-ass it, give you half-truths and shit like that. But yeah, I just want to say abundance gratitude. And this is our year. We in the year of the 9. 2025, we going into the year of the 9. So I'm just saying, all the bullshit, cut all the bullshit out. Take care of your fucking self, for one. Eat healthy. Meaning, I'm not saying eat a motherfucking grilled piece of chicken. No, fuck a grilled piece of chicken. Eat plant-based. Stop eating the bullshit, because we are coming into a age of knowing that shit is not good for us. That causes mucus within the body. Stop eating that shit. Get yourself right. Hit the motherfucking gym. Read. Most importantly, read books that are informational about you. Learn yourself and spread knowledge to each and every one of your brothers and sisters. This is Tay. I'm out.